Hiya, teacher friends! Are you interested in teaching English on iTalki? Well, today I'm going to answer a common question. Should I offer packages for lessons on iTalki? So first of all, what do I mean by packages? These are groups of 5, 10, or 20 lessons together that you could offer your students at a reduction or a discount. So for example, instead of your student paying one set price for more than one lesson, they could actually get a discount of 20% off, 10% off, or whatever you want to set. So today I'm going to talk about how I went through this as a teacher, if it's a good idea to have a discount or not, and how it looks like as a student, because I am a student on iTalki as well. Right? So let's start off with my experience on iTalki with package lessons. So first of all, I started on iTalki over a year ago, and I did not have package lessons at the very beginning. But after a couple weeks, I quickly started offering them because I realized students are more likely to buy packages than to just buy one lesson. So ever since then, I've been doing it, and I found that it's worked like a charm. I started off at offering lessons, offering packages, I guess, at probably 10% off, 15% off. And then as I went up in price, these reductions looked even bigger. So for example, I started off with like $8 lessons, whatever the minimum is on iTalki. So if I was offering 10% off, I was only making $7 probably. After that, I started, I found that a lot more students will buy packages if the original price for a lesson is more expensive. So that's what I started to do. Of course, there are 30-minute lessons on there for a reason. There are 45-minute lessons. So if a student wants just one lesson, just a trial lesson, and they're out of their 3 freebie trial lessons, but they don't want to commit to 5 lessons, that's okay. They could still book a 30-minute lesson with you, and it's cheaper than a 60-minute lesson. Yeah. So I would say that if your base rate for a 60-minute lesson is really high, at least make a fair price for your 30-minute lesson, so that this could be possible for any students that you hope will book classes with you. Yeah. Aside from that, just remember that the higher your base rate class for one class is, the bigger the percentage is for the reduction, right? So for example, if I charge $20 for one class, but I charge like $150 for 10 classes, that's going to be a big reduction compared to if I charge $16 for one class and then $150 for 10 classes. You get what I'm saying? Aside from that, I think it's important to remember to not manipulate this too much. We want this to be accessible for our students. That's one of the reasons why we do it, and we want it to be reliable as well. So for me, I realized throughout the time that as my lessons got more expensive, it was more difficult for students to commit to, like 10 lessons, right? Because if it's $20 per lesson, that's $200, and that's a lot of money for most people, right? So it might be a good idea for you to at least have some options of 5 lesson packages. So for example, maybe your 60 lesson package, your 60-minute package is 10 lessons. Okay, well maybe offer a 5 lesson package for the 45-minute lessons or for the 30-minute lessons. So at least that way they could see you 5 different times. They don't have to take as much money out of their pocket, and they're still paying for. It's still a good distribution between the amount of minutes that you're teaching them and the amount of money that they're paying. So it kind of makes sense, right? Fantastic. Other things about packages that are important. If you have a package, it's a good idea to also let the student know what you'll be going through during the time. Every teacher has their different style. Every student has their different style. So I mean, some students like to just go with it, and some teachers like to take an informal approach. That's fantastic. If you're looking to really get students to book a package, I found that giving them a curriculum, giving them a syllabus, a rough plan, that could be lesson 1 food, lesson 2 home, lesson 3 animals. It could be as simple as that, or it could be as complicated as actually sending them a Google Doc, like the one that I have created, where I have lesson by lesson the different activities, the different grammar, the different reading and writing exercises that we'll be going through. So it could be anywhere from here to there, but if you offer some sort of plan for the next 5 lessons, the next 10 lessons, I guarantee that there's a higher chance that your students will book a package. With that being said, if you try to overplan, this might be overwhelming for your students. For example, if you have something in your plan that's not really of interest to them, like you want to talk about politics or something and they don't really want to chat about that, they might feel they might not want to communicate that to you. First of all, they might not want to hurt your feelings, that they're kind of saying that they don't want to do something that's part of your curriculum. Also, in some cultures, in some countries, questioning the teacher or going against their curriculum could be seen as disrespectful as well. So I think that over-planning could be a problem as well, but I'll talk about that in a different video. And I definitely think that if you create a certain plan for your students, this will do more good than harm. Fantastic. Okay, so why actually have a package? I think that is good for the student's perspective. From your perspective, it's good to gain loyalty. It's good finance-wise from both sides, and it's good for organization. Now, for me, from the perspective of a student, am I more likely to book a package with a teacher or book more lessons if they have a package? Absolutely, yes. I don't know, unless if a teacher seriously doesn't want to get more classes, like more lessons, I don't know why they wouldn't have this option for packages, but I'm sure there are some reasons out there. Because there are a lot of teachers on iTalki who don't want to have like a full schedule and teach full time. This is just a little bit of extra money on the side, and I completely understand that. But for teachers who are actually trying to get long-term students and to teach on iTalki anywhere from 20 hours a week to 40 hours a week, I don't understand why you wouldn't offer a package on your profile. Now, reductions. Some teachers, including teachers that I've booked packages with, have a 5-lesson package. Yeah, so it's easier, it's more convenient, it's quicker, but no reduction whatsoever. For me, I'm way more likely to book a package with a teacher if there is a reduction. At the same time, I am more likely to book a package if there's a significant reduction, if there's anywhere from 10% to 15%. And I know this is just a trick of the eye. I've seen some teachers on iTalki put $10.99, $11.99. That's not really my style in terms of marketing and all that jazz. But I know that this is kind of the same thing, right? You're just setting a higher base price so the reduction looks more substantial. Yeah, you got me. It's worked on me. I've been more likely to book package deals with teachers who have had a significant reduction. By that I mean 10%, at least double digits. And I think anywhere past that, past the first 10 lessons, past the first 20 lessons, For me, as I've spoken about in other videos, I opt to offer my students discounts on a student-by-student basis, depending on where they're from, depending on how many classes they've taken, on if they've referred other students to me as well, to send students my way. So I think all of those things could be taken into consideration, but for new students, yeah, I find as a student myself, it's more likely to attract new students, to get more reservations if you have that option on your schedule. Okay, fantastic. I hope that helped you out. If you have any suggestions, if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below. Have a great time teaching on iTalki and keep smiling.